Yeah, you're watching TVC Breakfast Saturday, and that was Dr. Seed featuring Don Jazzy and dropping some, very useful nuggets, especially at this time of, citizenry, so to speak, dropping some more consciousness about the virtues of patience, that Surulere patience has virtues indeed.
Which is very, very important
at
this time.
Very important.
Nigerians are battling with the economic situation in the country and some of the challenges bedeviling the country, and the president also trying to provide solutions to some of these developments. It's very important at this time to allow for everyone to be patient and ensure that you don't jump before your time. Go with what...
Take things slowly.
Slowly.
Take things
and
slowly.
And ensure that do not run faster than your shadow.
Right. And take things slowly, be decisive, know what you're doing. Don't live by default, live by design, work deliberately and intentionally.
Someone said something that one of the importance of having a vision for your life is that you're able to say no to good things that are not good things, things that would not lead you into crime. So ensure that you take everything with patience, and definitely you will get there sometime, someday. And tough times never last, but tough people do.
Preach. Once again, a lovely Saturday to you all. We thank you very much for joining us on TVC Breakfast Saturday. We'll take a break now and return with more on the show. Stay with us. All right, thanks a lot for joining us. Let's quickly talk about the upcoming off-cycle elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states. Of course, this time next week, these elections will happen in these three states. And the Indepedent National Electoral Commission is assuring a free and credible polls, as President Bola Tinubu has directed security agencies to protect the lives and property of Nigerians. The president also expressed optimism about the party's chances, that's the All Progressives Congress, at the off-cycle elections, and says that the collective efforts of the party officials and supporters, coupled with the track records of the candidates, will see the party through. Like I said, Emmanuel, this time next Saturday, all eyes will be on, these three states. And, ordinarily, when you look at, the standing politically of, these three states, one may say that, okay, they don't appear to, set a trend in terms of outcome of elections on the national level. But the fact that they come in after the national election, the general election, I should say, so it is expected, and from what we've seen in the past cycles, that these three elections are on the part of INEC, that is always serve as a way to correct some of the challenges that were encountered during the general elections. And of course, we saw how logistics, at the onset was a major nightmare for INEC, having to deal with all of that. Security, also plays out naturally. And, these two things, for example, now will also be like a test on how INEC and its affiliated sister agencies, will work to correct the trends. And already there's been talk about the insecurity permutations already being experienced in these three states. But the security agencies are assuring us that all hands are on deck.
It's another litmus test for INEC to also prove itself worthy to conduct this off-cycle election that will be holding next week, Saturday, in Imo, Kogi, and Byalesa. Kemi, it will interest you to know that we have about 5,409,438 registered voters. Will be heading to 10,510 polling units spread across 649 electoral wards in 56 local government areas to cast their ballots in this particular elections. And Nigerians indeed are waiting to see this outcome of this particular election. You recall what transpired during the week in Imo State, looking at the political gladiators and that of the labor unions. So what we are expecting to see at this election is that it should be free, fair, and credible.
Right.
And that is what the president of Nigeria is saying at the moment, that
Right.
INEC go out there and deliver election devoid of any form of challenges. You know what transpired in the February and March general election in Nigeria. But it's another one for the Inspector General of Police. I'm talking about the newly confirmed Inspector General of Police coming out to assure Nigerians
Absolutely.
that they are going to go out there to deploy officers to protect lives and property of Nigerians, which is very crucial. We know some of the flashpoints in this particular election, especially in Kogi and Imo elections. The safety of Nigerians is key at this time. So we don't want to recall any form of killings, any form of violence. What we should see out there, that Nigerians should come out boldly to cast the ballots.
Absolutely. That is very crucial. And it's also going to be a test on the president as well
and this is the
as
first, yeah,
the first. And, you know, the
for
moment
him.
you mentioned the IGP too, you know, these service chiefs are also new. So this is like a litmus test on them now to show that beyond the assurances, they can actually deliver. And, you know, some would also say that, okay, these are not general elections. So it is expected that, you know, we would have, you know, more than enough security personnel on ground. But then there is a thin line, because on the other hand, people are also concerned. Are we going to see like a militarization of, you know, the polls? During the polls, we have undue number of security personnel, but people have also said that in these 3 states, that if we have sufficient boots on the ground, including the police authorities too, it will also help to assuage people that they can come out to exercise their franchise, you know, free, fair, credible, and safe process, because all these are very critical, as you have said. And, you know, there are so many things to watch out for, because the coming days before Saturday are crucial. Campaigns will end on Friday or thereabout, on Thursday midnight or thereabout. And, you know, these days now are very crucial for all the parties, the ruling parties, that is. And if you look at how the February-March elections played out, especially for the presidential elections, interesting things to note. In Kogi State, for example, it delivered for the president. In Imo, it delivered for the Labour Party. The Labour Party's candidate won. In Bayelsa State, Atiku won, you know, of the People's Democratic Party. And we are also seeing like a test now of popularity, for the incumbents.
This particular election.
Right.
When you look at Imo and you look at the candidate of the Labour Party in that state, he seems to be getting some popularity because of what he is known for his philanthropic act. And one thing that is crucial, like I rightly said, is we need not to have any form of voter apathy.
All right.
Nigerians need to be assured that the election will be credible, and things will definitely go out there in these 3 states.
Absolutely. Of course, our men, our personnel are also on the ground to give us all the information, the genuine information that you need to know regarding the governorship elections in Bayelsa, Kogi, and Imo State.